Hey, it's Ron Yarbrough. I want to get the word out about this new great program for homeowners wanting to buy a home and completely renovate the home, make it brand new with zero down that is eligible for the entire lake area, Fort County area um, at the Lake of the Ozarks. There's a huge need for housing, and a lot of people are trying to find homes within a specific price range, and they just cannot find a suitable home. This program will allow you to make all the repairs necessary. We don't care about the condition of the home, and it's not a very difficult program to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and share some screens and show you a few options. I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty details, but the primary reason for this video is anyone who's looking to buy a home under USDA zero down financing, I can issue them a dual approval for a renovation versus standard USDA purchase. So the USDA Rustic Renovation Program basically has two different scenarios, similar to 203K, FHA 203K Limited and 203K Standard. For a Rustic Renovation Loan Program, the key factors are, number one, just like any USDA loan, you have to have a minimum credit score of 620. You can't be overly burdened with debt. They want to make sure that your house payment is around 29% of your housing expense and 41% for your total expenses, which would include the proposed house payment along with all your other monthly debts. The income limits for the lake area for a family of 1 to 4 is $110,650 annual. So you'd have to, as a household, make less than that on an annual basis, which is a pretty generous amount of income. And I think that most individuals buying a home in the lake area would probably fit into this criteria. On renovations over $35,000, we do have to get a HUD consultant involved. I have engaged with a HUD consultant here locally that can service the area, and I can give you some more details on how that works. The other key factors of this program are, we don't care what the property condition is. So you can go in and find a property. The property may not even be livable, but you can still contract to buy that property, and there's not going to be any appraisal or condition property or conditions that will stop the process that you've been able to buy that home, because we can get those conditions prepared through the renovation. On renovation loans over $35,000, there's really not a maximum repair amount. As long as the house will appraise for an after repaired value for at least the loan amount that we're going to be giving you to buy the home and renovate it. If a house is not livable, the payments will be financed into the renovation, so you won't even have to make any payments during the construction process. They like to see the thing get completed in 6 months, but there are contingency funds and things like that where we can stretch the number of months out for the amount of work that needs to be done. So I put together a real brief example showing you a house that doesn't really qualify for a conventional loan due to different property conditions that may exist on the home. So a lot of times real estate agents will or sellers will only allow for a conventional financing contract, which in the renovation program, we don't care what the condition of the property is, so you can avoid that issue. But anyway, a 3% down conventional loan on a $150,000 purchase price would be basically, a 145.5 loan amount, a rate of 7 1/8. Total payment on that loan would be $1,204.75 for a conventional loan, including the mortgage insurance and everything else. If you looked at doing a USDA reno of less than $35,000, which is typically for cosmetic repairs, you may want new flooring, windows, things like that. If it's under $35,000, we would just finance that in, which would give you a loan amount of $187,759, and your payment would be around $1,566.64 a month. Now, the house would have to appraise for the loan amount, which would be around $187,000. So with those improvements that were made to the house, on a USDA renovation above $35,000, I went ahead and used a $100,000 renovation fund as an example. So if you're out looking at $250,000 houses and you can't find any, you can actually lower your search down to $150,000 and find some houses that need to be repaired, and we can do a purchase on that amount. So you pay $150,000 for the house. We put $100,000 in escrow to make the repairs on the house. You end up with a loan amount of $254,419, and your payment is $2,063 a month and 37 cents a month on a 30-year fixed loan. But you've got your house completely renovated with $100,000 worth of new repairs, so your house is brand new in essence when you move into the house. So this gives a great example for homeowners that are wanting to buy a home to stretch out the price range for the home. This is also a great opportunity for real estate agents that are just having a hard time finding a house for their buyers. You can expand the scope of the price that you're looking at, and just remember, we don't care what the condition of that property is, as long as we include all those property issues into the renovation. So I hope this might help a few people try to find a house in today's crazy real estate market. If you need to get a dual approval, feel free to reach out to me anytime. I'd love to help you. I can give you a $250,000 USDA approval that's also good for the USDA renovation approval. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I know you might have some questions, and I'm here to answer those questions. Thanks. Bye.